Hello and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Robin from DxO, and in this video we look at applying local adjustments in Photolab 7. I've already applied global corrections to this shot taken in the Dolomites, but there are some areas that require separate adjustment. For this we'll use the tools in the local adjustments panel. At the top we see the icons for 7 tools, although the luminosity mask is only available when you have FilmPack 7 installed. These tools are used to select areas of the image so we can adjust them. When I click the graduated filter icon, it enables the tools and a pop-up help panel appears. You can toggle the panel off and on by clicking the question mark icon. When I click and drag with my mouse, I select the area of the image which is shown with a mask. I can then move, rotate and adjust the gradient to refine the selection. If the mask is difficult to see, you can change it to a better colour by clicking the mask colour swatch. After selecting the area with the gradient filter, the adjustment tools become enabled. Let's start by adding some exposure to lighten the subject area. We can then apply adjustments to the midtones and shadows in the foreground, which helps to lead the eye into the scene. Now that we can see the foreground properly, let's add a micro contrast adjustment to emphasise the detail. And because the rocks now appear blue, we can increase the temperature slider to neutralise this. Did you also notice that when I added the graduated filter, it appeared in the mask list? We can then rename this mask by clicking it in the list. We'll call this one foreground to indicate what it's adjusting. Now let's select the clouds in the sky, but this time with a control line which uses U-point technology. Just like with the graduated filter, I can click on the image and then drag to select the sky. This creates a new mask or layer in the list, which I can then rename to be Sky. Each layer that I add has its own set of adjustment controls, which we can apply to that selection. I'll use these to reduce the exposure slightly, increase the highlights, reduce the shadows, and add a clear view adjustment. This gives the sky more impact. Now notice this small eyedropper icon, which we can drag and position with our mouse. This is sampling the image so that the control line can select similar pixels. It's made possible by the U-point technology in Photolab. We then have a chroma and luma slider to adjust the selection sensitivity to colour and light. Move the slider left to increase the range of the colour or tone selected. Move the slider to the right to reduce the range, which makes the selection more accurate. Another of the selection tools that uses U-point technology is the control point. Let's add a new mask to the image so that we can use control points to select the mountains. Like the control line, the control point has a sample tool but at its centre. The sample is then used to select similar pixels which we can then adjust. And like with the control line, we can control the sensitivity of the selection using the chroma and luma sliders. I'll use 3 control points on this mask to select the mountains. And because the adjustments apply to the entire mask, they affect all 3 control points. If I want to apply different adjustments to another area, I'll add a new mask to the image. Having applied my adjustments, I'm still not happy with the blue sky between the clouds as it's becoming too saturated. We can go back to the sky layer adjustments by clicking it in the mask list. I'll then use the new HSL tool and choose to adjust the blues. Now I can reduce the saturation in the blues and I'll lighten them slightly. And because the HSL tool is now part of the selection, it's only applied to the sky. Once we've only made a few simple adjustments to this image, you can see that they've created a substantial improvement. Now you're ready to discover the limitless power of DxO's local adjustments for yourself. If you have any questions, feel free to visit our website dxo.com.